The Roloff family drama has reached explosive new heights, shocking allegations, betrayal, and now whispers of an arrest. Caryn Chandler, longtime partner of Matt Roloff, is suddenly at the center of a storm that fans never saw coming. Did Caryn really steal $1 million? Was Matt betrayed by the woman he trusted the most? Or is this just another wild rumor tearing through the world of little people, big world? Today, we're unpacking one of the most talked about scandals in Roloff history. The whispers of Caryn's arrest and the shocking accusations of $1 million betrayal have set the internet on fire. Fans are demanding answers. Matt's trust is being questioned, and the Roloff legacy is once again caught in a whirlwind of drama. In this deep dive, we'll break down everything from the origins of the arrest rumor to the details behind the alleged $1 million scandal, to how Matt Roloff and the rest of the family are reacting to this firestorm. And finally, we'll explore what this means for the future of Little People, Big World, a show already built on decades of family conflict, heartbreak, and shocking revelations. So buckle up, because this story is more than just a rumor. It's a battle of trust, betrayal, and the very survival of the Roloff brand. Caryn Chandler's journey in the Roloff family story has been nothing short of fascinating and, for many fans, controversial. She first entered the Roloff world not as Matt's partner, but as a longtime employee at Roloff Farms. For years, Caryn worked behind the scenes managing events, pumpkin season crowds, and day-to-day farm activities. Fans often praised her organizational skills and dedication, calling her one of the backbones of the farm's success. But things took a sharp turn when Caryn's relationship with Matt Roloff became public. After Matt and Amy's divorce in 2016, speculation quickly spread that Caryn was more than just an employee. Eventually, Matt confirmed the relationship, and the news divided the fanbase. Some felt Caryn was a breath of fresh air for Matt, a supportive partner who brought stability and happiness after years of marital strain. Others accused her of being a homewrecker and believed she had too much influence over Matt and the family's future. Her role on Little People, Big World also grew after Amy stepped away from the farm. Caryn became more visible on-screen, often by Matt's side, as they discussed the direction of Roloff Farms. This visibility made her an easy target for criticism. Many viewers claimed Caryn benefited from Amy's absence and filled a void that didn't belong to her. Some even suggested she pushed Amy out of the picture to secure her own position both in Matt's life and the Roloff empire. Over the years, Caryn's relationship with Matt's kids has remained a sticking point. Tensions between Caryn and Zach in particular have been well documented. Zach and Tori chose not to renew their contracts with the show, and fans speculated that Caryn's presence was part of the reason. Zach reportedly felt uncomfortable with Caryn's involvement in family matters, especially when it came to negotiations about the farm. Jeremy, too, has kept his distance, leaving fans to wonder if Caryn's growing influence created a deeper divide in the Roloff family. Despite the friction, Caryn has her supporters. Some argue she's been unfairly villainized simply because she stepped into a complicated family dynamic. They point out that Matt seems genuinely happy with her, and happiness, after all, is what matters most. Others, however, can't shake the suspicion that Caryn had her eyes on more than just Matt's heart, that she was also invested in the financial security and fame that came with being a Roloff. What's undeniable is that Caryn Chandler has become one of the most polarizing figures in the Roloff world. Loved by some, distrusted by others, her presence continues to shape the family's story, both on the farm and in front of the cameras. The rumors surrounding Caryn Chandler's supposed arrest didn't just appear out of nowhere. They began in whispers across fan forums and quickly snowballed into something much larger. At first, it was a handful of Little People, Big World viewers asking questions online. Why hasn't Caryn been posting as much? Why do Matt's recent updates feel so carefully worded? These small curiosities became fuel for speculation, and soon, a narrative began forming that something was going on behind the scenes. The phrase "Caryn arrested" first surfaced in fan discussion groups on social media, where theories tend to catch fire. One comment suggested that her sudden absence from public events hinted at legal trouble. Another fan pointed to Matt and Caryn's financial dealings, mentioning rumors of farm debts, property sales, and even alleged mismanagement. With no official confirmation, the story grew in the way so many modern scandals do, out of half-truths, assumptions, and viral speculation. From there, gossip blogs and celebrity news outlets started to latch onto the chatter. Headlines began appearing online, some framed as questions. Was Caryn Chandler arrested? While others took a more sensational tone, almost treating rumor as fact. Once these stories circulated widely, fans who had never even heard the original whispers suddenly believed they were reading about a confirmed event. That's the power of repetition online. When enough outlets echo the same claim, it begins to feel real, even without evidence. What made the story believable to some fans was the history of Roloff family drama. Over the years, Little People, Big World has seen its fair share of controversies, divorces, explosive family feuds, and financial disputes about the future of Roloff farms. TLC viewers have grown accustomed to drama both on-screen and off, which set the stage for the idea that Caryn herself might be embroiled in something scandalous. Fans also pointed out that Caryn, who transitioned from being a farm employee to Matt's partner, has long been a polarizing figure. To some, she represents a strong and supportive partner. To others, she has always been viewed with suspicion. That split in public opinion created fertile ground for the arrest narrative to thrive. Adding fuel to the fire, Caryn's involvement in Matt's business affairs became a talking point. Over the years, she has played a role in farm management and decision-making, which some fans interpreted as a potential motive for financial impropriety. Did she overstep? Was she making risky investments? These were the questions floating around online, despite no concrete evidence ever being presented. Meanwhile, media outlets amplified the drama. Gossip blogs thrive on controversy, and arrest headlines are magnets for clicks. Even without confirmation, speculating about Caryn's possible downfall became profitable for certain sites. The Roloffs are household names to TLC audiences, and any story about them, especially one involving betrayal, scandal, or legal trouble, has the power to generate massive attention. But what about TLC? The network has always walked a fine line between embracing family drama and protecting its stars. In the past, TLC has addressed controversies selectively, sometimes weaving them into the show to boost ratings and other times staying completely silent until the drama dies down. When it came to Caryn's rumored arrest, the network has so far maintained silence. No official statements, no denials, no confirmations. This silence has only made fans speculate more, interpreting TLC's lack of comment as either proof of a cover-up or a strategy to let the rumor burn out on its own. If history is any guide, TLC may eventually address the controversy only if it starts to overshadow the show itself. In previous situations, like when family conflicts threaten the farm's future, TLC capitalized on the drama, turning it into a central storyline. But if the rumors risk damaging the Roloff brand beyond repair, the network might opt for silence, hoping fans will move on to the next scandal. In the end, the Caryn arrested narrative tells us less about Caryn herself and more about the way reality TV stars live under constant surveillance. In the absence of information, speculation fills the void, and fans often blur the line between fact and fiction. For Caryn, this means her every move, whether it's stepping back from social media, making a business decision, or simply staying quiet, can be interpreted as part of a much larger scandal. And once a rumor like Caryn arrested takes hold, it can be almost impossible to fully shake, regardless of the truth. The heart of the controversy swirling around Caryn Chandler lies in one explosive claim, that she somehow stole $1 million. It's the number that has set social media on fire, fueling endless debates among fans of Little People, Big World. But where did this claim come from, and what does it really mean? Some fans believe the accusation ties back to Roloff Farms itself. After Amy sold her share of the farm to Matt, many assumed the finances would be handled fairly and transparently. But whispers online suggest that Caryn, who has been closely involved in farm operations for years, may have been more than just Matt's partner. She may have been managing or influencing where money was flowing. Could there have been a misuse of farm profits? Was money siphoned from events, pumpkin patch sales, or property investments? These are the kinds of questions fueling the storm. Another scenario fans are buzzing about involves real estate dealings. Caryn has been connected to property decisions alongside Matt, and with the farm partially up for sale in recent years, the stakes are enormous. If Caryn was involved in negotiations, could she have benefited from secret deals or taken advantage of Matt's trust? $1 million may sound like an exaggeration, but in the high-value world of farmland and property sales, such a sum isn't hard to imagine. Others frame the situation as more of a betrayal of trust than a literal theft. Caryn has been Matt's confidant and romantic partner since shortly after his split from Amy, and some fans have never fully accepted her. To those skeptics, the idea of Caryn stealing isn't about walking away with bags of cash. It's about the symbolic loss of family legacy, control of the farm, and perhaps even Matt's loyalty. The comparison to Amy Roloff is unavoidable. Amy spent decades building Roloff farms alongside Matt, only to eventually walk away, selling her portion and starting fresh. Fans often recall her hesitation, her emotional struggle, and her sense of being edged out. Now, with allegations swirling around Caryn, some say this so-called betrayal mirrors the heartbreak Amy endured, except this time, the wound cuts into the Roloff name itself. If there is any truth to the $1 million claim, the impact could be devastating. Roloff Farms has long been marketed as more than a business. It's a piece of television history, a landmark for fans, and a legacy for the Roloff children and grandchildren. A financial scandal, especially one tied to betrayal, could tarnish not only Matt and Caryn's reputations, but the Roloff brand as a whole. Fans are already questioning whether the farm represents family values or fractured trust, and if TLC would even continue spotlighting such a controversial storyline. Whether the allegation is fact, exaggeration, or pure rumor, the $1 million figure has taken on a life of its own. To many fans, it represents more than money. It's the price of betrayal, a symbol of how fragile the Roloff legacy may be in the hands of those who now control it. When the allegations of Caryn's supposed $1 million betrayal first surfaced, fans immediately turned their attention to one man, Matt Roloff. For decades, Matt has been the anchor of Roloff Farms and the central figure of Little People, Big World. He's no stranger to turmoil. From his divorce with Amy Roloff to years of public family disputes with his children, Matt has weathered storms before. But this? The idea that the woman he trusted most, his partner Caryn, could be at the center of financial scandal struck a chord with fans who know how deeply Matt values loyalty. It's important to understand Matt's history with betrayal. When his marriage with Amy ended, much of it was tied to differences in trust, communication, and the running of Roloff Farms. Fans recall the bitterness of that split and how it shaped Matt into someone more cautious with his relationships. For years, Caryn was seen as his fresh start, the woman who brought stability and partnership into his life. So when whispers of a $1 million betrayal began spreading online, it wasn't just shocking, it reopened old wounds for Matt. Imagine being in his shoes. You've spent decades building an empire, navigating health struggles, family disputes, and public scrutiny. The last thing you'd expect is to face suspicions about the loyalty of the person by your side. This theme of trust and betrayal runs deep in Matt's story. He's always prided himself on hard work and careful planning, so the thought of financial mishandling or worse, intentional betrayal, would cut straight to the heart. Behind the scenes, fans can only speculate how Matt might have responded. Some believe this may have sparked heated arguments between him and Caryn, with Matt demanding answers about money trails, business dealings, or property decisions. Others think Matt may have quietly distanced himself, pulling back emotionally while he tried to piece together what was true and what was rumor. In relationships where finances and trust collide, silence can sometimes be louder than shouting. There's even speculation that these allegations could force Matt to reconsider his entire future with Caryn. Marriage had been rumored for years, with many fans expecting the couple to walk down the aisle soon. But could this scandal derail those plans? Fans online are asking the hard questions. Is this the beginning of the end for Matt and Caryn's love story? Would Matt risk reliving the pain of betrayal a second time, or would he fight to clear Caryn's name and protect their bond? Some viewers believe Matt, ever the pragmatist, might look at this less emotionally and more as a business calculation. If Caryn truly were involved in questionable financial dealings, Matt could step in to protect his assets and distance his legacy from controversy. But others think Matt's softer side, the one fans rarely see, might still hold out hope, hoping that Caryn is innocent, that the rumors are exaggerated, and that trust can somehow be restored. At the heart of this segment is the question of loyalty. For Matt Roloff, loyalty has always been a currency more valuable than money. After all, he's seen firsthand how quickly relationships can crumble when trust is broken. Whether this scandal is fact or fiction, the emotional toll it could take on Matt and his relationship with Caryn cannot be ignored. And that brings us to the fan theories that are exploding across social media. Some are convinced this is the ultimate test for Matt and Caryn's relationship, a test they may not survive. Others argue it's simply another chapter in the long history of Roloff family drama, one that will eventually pass. But no matter which side fans are on, one thing is clear. The shadow of betrayal is hanging heavy over Matt Roloff, and everyone is watching to see if he can overcome it, or if this will mark the tragic end of yet another Roloff love story. When shocking allegations like this erupt in the Roloff world, the first question fans ask is, how will the family respond? Each Roloff family member has a unique dynamic with Caryn, and this situation could potentially deepen old divides or force people to take sides in unexpected ways. Let's start with Zach and Tori Roloff. Their relationship with Caryn has never been the smoothest, especially after the fallout over Roloff Farms. Zach made it very clear during past seasons that he felt uncomfortable with Caryn being heavily involved in the farm's future, especially when he and Tori were still trying to figure out their own role in the family legacy. If this arrest allegation and financial betrayal rumor turns out to have any truth, Zach and Tori may see it as confirmation of their concerns all along, that Caryn never truly had the family's best interests at heart. For Tori, who has been vocal on social media about setting boundaries, this could be the final push to completely distance herself, not only from Caryn but possibly from Matt as well if he continues to defend her. Then there's Jeremy and Audrey Roloff, who have largely distanced themselves from the TLC cameras but still remain closely tied to the family brand through their own social media, podcasting, and book projects. Jeremy, who has often been painted as the outsider when it comes to the farm's inheritance and family decisions, may see Caryn's rumored betrayal as another example of why walking away from the farm was the right decision. Audrey, on the other hand, has always been vocal and unafraid to share her opinions online. Fans are already speculating that she might throw subtle shade or post a cryptic message that could be read as siding with Amy. For Jeremy and Audrey, this could be the perfect told you so moment, reinforcing their belief that the farm drama was too toxic to stay involved in. But the reaction fans are most curious about is from Amy Roloff herself. After her divorce from Matt, Amy has always maintained a delicate balance between speaking her truth and trying to avoid outright family wars. Yet, if Caryn is indeed facing accusations of betrayal or financial misconduct, would Amy feel a sense of vindication? After all, she has often hinted in interviews and on social media that her time at the farm ended on uneasy terms, with Caryn stepping into her role far too quickly for comfort. Some fans believe Amy might keep quiet publicly, preferring to let the drama play out without fanning the flames, while others think she could make a subtle but pointed comment, something that acknowledges her long history with Matt and the farm, and perhaps even suggests that she saw this coming. Finally, we can't forget the grandchildren, who are innocent in all of this, but still deeply impacted by the family's fractured relationships. Zach and Tori's kids, Jeremy and Audrey's children, and even Jacob and Isabel's little one, all are growing up in the shadow of this family legacy. If the adults continue to clash, these children may find themselves caught in the middle of a divided Roloff clan. Holidays, birthdays, and family gatherings could become even more complicated, with parents having to decide who to align with and who to distance themselves from. For a family already strained by years of disagreements, this latest scandal could widen the cracks even further, potentially shaping the next generation's experience of family togetherness. In short, the Roloff family reactions are likely to be as divided as the family itself. Zach and Tori retreating further, Jeremy and Audrey quietly cheering from the sidelines, Amy possibly feeling a mix of vindication and sadness, and Matt left to balance his loyalty to Caryn against the fragile bonds with his children. When it comes to TLC and its long-running reality shows, scandals have always been a double-edged sword. On the one hand, controversies can bring massive attention, boost ratings, and get people talking online. On the other hand, they can also damage reputations and alienate loyal viewers who tune in for family-centered storylines, not legal battles or money scandals. Caryn Chandler's alleged arrest and accusations of financial betrayal now place Little People, Big World in a very tricky spot. The big question fans are asking is, will TLC use this scandal as a storyline for the next season? Over the years, the network has shown a mixed approach. For example, they've leaned heavily into personal conflicts, divorces, and family feuds when it drives drama, but they've also been cautious when scandals cross into legal territory or risk painting the cast in an irredeemable light. If Caryn's reputation takes a permanent hit, producers may feel it's too risky to put her front and center, especially if advertisers grow nervous. Then again, TLC has always been a network that thrives on complicated family drama. This could mean that Caryn's alleged betrayal becomes the major plot point of the next season, setting up a tense dynamic between her, Matt, and the rest of the Roloff family. Viewers might tune in just to see whether the family confronts her on camera or whether it's swept under the rug. But what about the long-term future of Little People, Big World? The show has already gone through significant changes. Jeremy and Audrey left the cameras behind. Zach and Tori have hinted at stepping away, and Matt has openly discussed winding down his time on the farm. If Caryn's image is permanently damaged, the producers may struggle to find a compelling storyline that keeps viewers engaged. After nearly 2 decades, the Roloff legacy could be approaching its final chapter. And then there's the fans. Will they continue supporting the show, or will they turn away? Some viewers thrive on scandal and gossip. They'll watch no matter how messy things get. But others, who have followed the Roloffs for years because they admire their family values, might decide this drama is just too much. If Caryn is seen as untrustworthy or manipulative, fans may push for her exit from the show, leaving TLC with a tough decision: cut her out or risk losing viewers. In the end, this scandal doesn't just affect Caryn, it threatens the stability of the entire franchise. Whether it becomes the spark for a shocking new chapter or the controversy that finally convinces fans to say goodbye, one thing is clear: the future of Little People, Big World has never been more uncertain. As we come to the end of this deep dive, let's take a moment to recap the biggest takeaways from this shocking story. First, the explosive rumor that Caryn Chandler, longtime partner of Matt Roloff, was arrested and connected to a $1 million scandal has sent shockwaves across the fan community. Whether rooted in fact or fueled by speculation, the whispers alone have been enough to stir doubt, curiosity, and even anger among those who have followed the Roloffs for years. Then there's Matt Roloff himself. For a man who has built his legacy on Roloff farms, family unity, and resilience, the possibility of betrayal by someone so close to him is deeply personal. We've explored how Matt might be processing this moment, whether he's quietly standing by Caryn, questioning the trust between them, or wrestling with the heavy weight of déjà vu after his divorce from Amy. Of course, no Roloff scandal is complete without family fallout. Zach and Tori, already at odds with Matt and Caryn in the past, could see this as validation of their mistrust. Jeremy and Audrey, often on the sidelines of the farm drama, might have their own opinions, and fans are watching closely to see who takes whose side. Amy, meanwhile, might feel a mix of vindication and sadness, knowing that the Roloff legacy is once again under fire. The grandchildren, though shielded from the storm, remain the innocent faces at the center of it all. And what does this mean for the future of Little People, Big World? TLC has faced scandals before, but this one could truly test the loyalty of fans and the staying power of the show. Will producers lean into the controversy for ratings, Or will they shy away to protect the Roloff brand? The answer could determine whether LPBW has another season in its future, or whether this marks the beginning of the end. The Roloff family has weathered many storms, but this latest scandal could be the most damaging of all. Whether Caryn's name is cleared or the rumors prove true, one thing is certain: this story has forever changed the way fans view the Roloff world. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.